Looking back, we think, oh yeah, we did the kind of legislative theatre in person with all of the kind of things that we needed with the masks and everything, big spaces. Nadia's already mentioned the football stadium, and everyone online. But we didn't always plan it that way. So sometimes it changed within that week, or that like the day after, our government policy and restrictions and lockdowns changed, and local lockdown changed. So I think looking back, we see it as quite a structured, this is how we dealt with it in COVID, but it wasn't always kind of a planned situation. We would change from day to day, and it was quite quick responses that we had to deal with in the most trauma-informed way, in a way that people could engage with across the system, from commissioners to policymakers who were responding to a global pandemic, to people with lived experience, who some of which were still homeless or insecure accommodation, still facing the issues that they were already facing before the global pandemic. So it was an incredibly challenging circumstance. And I think one of the key challenges was around relationships. So the legislative theatre group did a fantastic job of bringing new people in. But that meant that we had a diversity of experiences, backgrounds, knowledge, skills, but we didn't have necessarily all pre-existing relationships that we can kind of use as a foundation to kind of do this work, build trust. And when you're bringing in policymakers, commissioners, people that who've been traumatized by a system, I've had bad experiences by the system, who have fallen through the gaps in systems, it's very hard to build trust and relationship online, just on Zoom. But I think that we managed to work around it, and over time we really did build quite solid, foundational, trusting relationships, and we are where we are now because we kind of pushed through those challenges. And I think that's probably the thing that I'm most proud of, that we continue to be kind of relationship focused, values focused, principled, focused on kind of trauma informed and trauma responsive work, whilst we were doing something new and creative in a time of a global pandemic. It's looking back, it's pretty phenomenal what we managed to achieve, and it's down to everyone in this room already.